is up, YouTube? Hobidon here, and today we're going to do a reaction video for all of you. And today's death battle, it is Cell versus Metal Sonic. I know both of these characters, both Cell and Metal Sonic, but I also know a certain character who also likes DBZ, and it has watched reacting to death battle. Say hello to, it's been a while since we met him, Nylon. Yay guys, I'm back. I'm back with a reaction with Frost, and I'm gonna be doing the Dragon Ball Z parts, and he's on analog, and Frost is gonna do the reaction to the Metal Sonic parts. So yeah, a little compromise there, right, Frost? That is right. We are going to do reaction to these, and yeah, before we check out the original video, leave a link in the description down below. You guys check out the video first, and then come back and see our reaction. I do look forward to seeing you guys. Your thoughts. Also, I'll be honest with you, part of me thinks Cell was going to win through our last death battle because, you know, DBZ characters are overpowered against Sonic characters, and because of my history with Vegeta, they put Vegeta up against Shadow, and Shadow got obliterated. But then again, Silver did beat Trunks, and even though they have to use Archie Silver versus a Xenoverse version of Trunks, and Silver won that fight. Sonic characters get killed by Mario. Sonic gets killed by Mario. Sonic gets killed by Archie Sonic. Archie Sonic gets killed by Wally West. Tails beats Luigi. Amy beats, I believe, the main character from Scott Pilgrim. And Knuckles, the worst version of Knuckles, that they use Boom Knuckles and Game Knuckles combined and made him lose against Donkey Kong. One of the worst sprite models of Donkey Kong I've ever seen. But yeah, other than that, hopefully, and Sonic has gotten a losing streak over the years. He losing to Zero from Mega Man, lost to Bowser, and the only thing I've seen him win was him going rampage, killing Eggman, Dr. Wily, in the Eggman versus Wily. So let's see if Metal Sonic has gone through the Jobber effect over the years, but hopefully he's getting better, and I hope I'm proven wrong that Metal Sonic wins this. So like I said, support the official release and let me know about this death battle. So we shall see. Also, yeah, someone said I should never use death battle for information, and all because of a Static versus Miles Morales. I just think Static might win against that fight, because I have read both the TV shows and the comics about Static Shock, and this person saying that I know nothing about Miles Morales, even though I have read Miles Morales comics, thanks to Comic Storian, and I got in a book of Miles Morales comics and played the video game. So saying that I know nothing about Miles Morales and Static Shock, and then proceed to have some of his followers threaten me just because I shared my opinion. I'm like, it's okay to have your own opinion, just don't be a complete jerk about it. And then later on, he makes that video about, that person made that video about Static Shock versus Miles Morales, of how Miles can kill Static and with physical strength, and how overpowered the Marvel comics have made Miles Morales get a new boost in power, because they love Miles Morales more than Peter Parker. Let's be honest, Marvel editorial loves Miles Morales more than Peter Parker. And Static Shock hasn't got any issues on his own, because DC Comics has kind of abandoned Static Shock. They bring him back they bring Static Shock back due to the events after the events of DCKO. Hopefully Static Shock gets more comics, because DC is wasting that character. All right, enough of me rambling. Let's get on to reaction. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it to it. Alrighty, death battle.
Cell versus Metal Sonic.
Which
Perfect Cell versus Metal Sonic.
Truly the superior model.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
Nice to meet you guys.
It's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
And I know both these characters. I'm guessing this is Cell's part, so I'm gonna leave that to Nylon. Thank you for coming. I'll handle Cell's part.
There's a monster stalking Gingertown.
Oh,
no
those
one who's
times.
seen it has lived to tell the tale.
Oh,
All
those
that
poor
left behind
Battle Ball
was their
soldiers.
clothes.
I'm never a
Some
Battle Ball sports
thing
guy.
ate these people's insides, leaving only a shadow behind.
Some kind of creature driven
It was a
only by
horror
the
show.
need
Let's-
to feed Earth's new apex predator, the ultimate
That
life
him
form.
drinking
The
him
Namekian
was
Piccolo
still
went to
terrifying.
investigate this manslayer and
Hey, Master
discovered that it
Piccolo.
was intelligent. Its tail could unravel to absorb its hapless victims and add their energy
Yeah.
to its wretched gestalt.
But the
One of the most
nightmare was
annoying parts
only
had to do with
just
fighting
beginning,
Cell in the nighttime
because
patrol
for its
missions.
last trick, somehow this freak of nature knew the Kamehameha.
The mystery of this
As well
creature's
as many
origin
other
was
abilities.
decades in the making. Years ago, the world was terrorized by the most advanced paramilitary organization in history, the Red Ribbon Army.
Until
Yes.
they got rocked by this
This death battle provides Dragon Ball primary canon in the manga and anime, and I know both these characters and know both of these characters because I have watched the anime, played the video games, read the manga. I know their capabilities and what they can do.
little kung fu gremlin, Son Goku.
But Red Ribbon's dream
Master
of
Goku.
revenge lived on within their head scientist, Dr. Giro.
That
Hiding
crazy
away
old
in his
man.
spooky cave laboratory, Giro would go to work studying the Z fighters from afar,
That's
learning
right.
everything there was to know about them.
And building a series of androids
Aider,
that would destroy
16,
his spiky
17, 18,
once and for
19.
He made a ton of
Calls
them.
himself
Infinite
Android 20.
energy androids. He absorbed
While it's specifically similar to Cell Max, the Dragon Ball superheroes is separate from Perfect Cell. So yeah, so that makes sense. Cell Max is not the same as Cell, so they're separate characters. We are not
androids,
using
trucker
Cell
head
Max.
androids, and even ginger androids.
However,
Modeled
none
after
of
his
Giro's
son,
creations were
Vern.
capable of matching that drive to improve that Goku and his fellow martial
And Dragon Ball Z Super 13 is not canon. That's a movie. That's the movie universe.
artists possessed.
Luckily, he had one more android left. A cute little booger so complex he'd take years after Giro's death to complete. Its name was Cell.
Born from a single cell, get it? This android possessed the genetic information of all the greatest warriors that had battled on Earth, and when fully
Yes. Okay. Perfect Cell. Creator Dr. Giro. He is 7 feet tall. A bio android. DNA composition of Earthlings, Saiyans, Namekians, the Frieza clan, etc. Well, he got data from the Earthlings, Saiyans. The only Saiyans he have gotten data from is from Goku and Vegeta. Well, Saiyan Saga Vegeta, where he was evil. Piccolo, Demon King Piccolo, and regular Piccolo during the Saiyan Saga. And Frieza and King Cold. Average. Created by he was created to avenge the Red Ribbon Army and to kill Goku. Extremely annoying to draw. Yes, manga writers had a hard time drawing him in every manga page because of his spots. And he likes tournaments. He tapped Team 4-Star reference and Kermit the Frog and Devil Artemis reference. He tapped from Team 4-Star and Devil Artemis.
evolved, would become
I
unstoppable.
believe this is
And
Devil
with
Artemis'
their
last
DNA,
video.
Cell absorbed all their powers and techniques too.
Common among
The
all of
solar
them is
flare.
the power to manipulate ki, or the energy that exists in all living things, and weaponize it to fire energy blasts, fly at faster than light speeds, move things with telekinesis, and create force
Check,
fields.
check,
From
check,
the
and double
humans,
check.
Krill and NTN, Cell knows the multiform technique, Destructo Disc, and the Tri-Beam, his extra special favorite. Oh, weird, I'm not seeing Chaozu on this list. Sorry, bud.
Is Shao
I don't know what Chatsu is considered human. I assume he's like a vampire doll. I just assume he's a kid with eternal youth. I just assume Chaozu was a kid with eternal youth. I don't know what is Chaozu supposed to be. I think Dr. Giro did not compare to add Chaozu or Yamcha.
human?
Oh,
Okay. Cell can fire the death beam, as well as breathe in and travel through
Of
the vacuum of
course.
space with the alien genes of Frieza and his father.
and because he's
Frieza.
got Piccolo's DNA, Cell
That
can regenerate
douchebag.
humongous damage to his body at the cost of some ki.
Cell has survived having
the
half
cost
his
of some
body
energy.
vaporized multiple times, and cannot be destroyed unless the small cluster of cells at the core of his beam
There it is. It is that cluster that isn't destroyed. My body can go on and regenerate, even if only a microspec piece remains. There is a small cluster cell in my head that makes up in my core. He did say this in the anime and manga, and I read both of these. Hence that YouTube creator saying that we know nothing about characters. You don't know my life.
Being is eradicated.
Should that little bugger survive, Cell will always return, even stronger than before, because
That
of
is
the
true.
Saiyan
Saiyan
DNA he
DNA.
got from
Yes.
Goku and Vegeta. Definitely the cream of the genetic crop.
He can
Macho
perfectly
Man Randy
replicate attacks
Savage.
like the
I
Gallic
missed that
Gun,
guy.
Spirit Bomb, and of course
Arsenal, key manipulation, flight, absorption, telekinesis, self-destruction, Saiyan power boost, Namekian regeneration, the Kamehameha, instant transmission, the Gallic Gun, Big Bang attack, special beam cannons, death beam, solar flare, multiform technique, tri-beam, destructo disc, and the spirit bomb. He did say that he can do the spirit bomb, and not in the anime, but he has performed it in video games. I still remember that he said, "All right, planet, give me that stupid energy." I guess his spirit bomb is made of stupid energy, I guess.
Kamehameha, as well as
Except they made
teleport
the
by
spirit
locking
bomb
onto a
green
living
in that
being's
one.
key signature.
But the best part of being a Saiyan is how much crazy stronger they get every time they almost die.
They
That
can
is
even
true.
evolve to become orders
We call
of
that a
magnitude
Zenkai
stronger
boost.
in the midst of battle. Combine that with Cell's healing factor, and he is effectively the ultimate warrior.
Like a perpetual shonen
is.
motion machine.
Driven by a biological imperative, Cell wanted nothing more than to devour Giro's previous androids, 17 and 18, believing it would make him perfect.
Only one problem. The Cell we know was born in the future, and both 17 and 18 had been destroyed. So he murdered
By
Trunks and
Trunks.
went back in
An
time.
alternate version of
Not
Trunks.
Our Trunks, future Trunks. Well, not future Trunks, but another future Trunks. It's
Time-
very complicated.
time
There's
travel-
like
yeah,
5
time travel's
timelines.
annoying.
As Cell defeated and absorbed the androids, he evolved.
Every time Trunks time travel, it creates an alternate universe. So yeah, an alternate universe where he does kill the androids, but gets killed by Cell, and that Cell comes to the past to the main timeline to just absorb 17 and 18, which caused the actual future Trunks to come by and realize what the heck is going on. They team up with the Z fighters, they kill Cell thanks to Gohan, and Trunks goes back in the future way stronger than his alternate timeline counterpart, kills both 17 and 18 and Cell, and later on kills Majin Buu if you play Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I love that game. And then later on Dragon Ball Super. I hear they're remaking Dragon Ball Super, but in Toriyama's vision. Unlike Funimation.
Not only getting stronger, but changing his personality and developing a lust for battle.
He became less creepy bug serial killer and more, well, Saiyan. After exploiting that very Saiyan arrogance
I
and
never thought
warrior's
about that,
pride, Cell finally
Yeah, he
became
tricked Vegeta for
perfect.
that
And
part.
easily dominated Trunks and Vegeta, the latter of whom had decades of battle experience under his belt.
Perfect Cell's power was off the charts. He could threaten the whole Earth just by powering up. With a full power Kamehameha, he was even capable of destroying our entire solar system.
I usually name that move, his final Kamehameha against Gohan, Solar Kamehameha. That's what I call Cell's perfect Kamehameha supposed to be.
While the vast majority
Back in
of
the
our
day,
solar
they
system's
renamed
mass
it
is
multiple
located in the
times.
sun, this still means that Cell's key wave would have to reach 2.8 billion miles to eradicate every planet.
But Wiz, maybe he was just exaggerating.
Not likely. Cell's claim has been backed up in multiple guidebooks and even demonstrated outright in the video games.
Cell's even stronger in the anime adaptation, considering the time Frieza blew up Namek. In the
That's right. Frieza also survived that same blast. Other Toyo characters like Garlic Jr. can create miniature black holes and nearly destroy a pocket dimension containing stars and making Frieza's feats consistent. And Frieza's getting stronger over the
anime,
years.
the explosion was literally hundreds of light years wide and lit up the friggin' galaxy.
And
That
Cell
is
was
true.
far stronger than Frieza was at that point in time.
Yes,
Hell,
he
the
was.
Namekians could sense him all the way from a different galaxy and thought he might be a threat to the whole universe.
They
He's
did
also
say that,
incredibly
and I read
fast,
that.
capable
It's weird when we're seeing evidence, and their team Death Battle is showing us evidence, and I am aware of this because I remember this in the anime and the manga, and people saying I know nothing. Those people can go sit down.
of blitzing
Okay, Cell has Cell can destroy a solar system. Tank Krillin's destructo disc like it was nothing. Yeah, he should have used that before he was in his second form. Survived a planet-sized Final Flash by Vegeta. Regenerate from self-destruction. He is compared to the Supreme Demon King Deborah. Defeated Piccolo, Vegeta, Trunks, and Goku. Well, yeah, Goku admit defeat there. Briefly contended with the almighty Hercule Satan. Oh yeah, that little gag.
Even the strongest Z fighters at the time. Goku flew from Grand Kai's planet of heaven all the way to hell, hundreds of billions of light years in half a minute. And that was
In
in
his base form.
Yeah, that's cool, but how about the power to squeeze mini Cell Juniors out of your butt?
Ah, the Cell
What? Never
Juniors.
heard of that key technique? Call it the Kegel.
Perfect Cell was entirely
Heaven is described to be the same size as the universe in the Densetsu and the characters in the anime. Goku did this shortly after dying when he was still largely inferior to Cell.
without peer and, no longer wedded to Jiro's petty grudge, decided to prove it with a tournament.
The Cell Games!
Ah,
And if
the Cell
Goku
Games.
couldn't even beat him, what hope did anyone else have? Vegeta
Goku just said
couldn't
straight
even
up,
handle
I
a
pretty much
Cell
understand
Junior.
how
Their
powerful you
last
are, and
hope
I don't
was
stand a
Goku's
chance.
own son, Gohan.
After Cell arrogantly let him power up, Gohan unleashed his rage.
Well, he
pushed
didn't
the bug
arrogantly let him power up. More like, yeah. I just assume there's a way when they power up to a new transformation, like there's a force field that's so destructive that they can't even go near him. After killing 16 as 16's epic speech.
monster to his absolute limits and beat him.
Super Saiyan
Wow,
2 was
Cell,
a beast.
You really are related to Vegeta, aren't you?
In truth, Cell was a victim
Vegeta
of his
and
own success.
and Frieza
The same
cells
Saiyan
leaking
genes
out.
that made him all-powerful also sowed the seeds of his defeat.
He got so mad he even blew himself up. Maybe he does have some Chaozu in him after all.
Even that wasn't enough to totally put him down, and he came back with the
back.
same Super Saiyan power-up that Gohan had just unlocked.
Super perfect Cell. Now with more lightning.
I
In
guess,
a battle
yeah.
for the ages, Cell put the entire weight of his biological programming against one lone Saiyan and went the distance.
But in the end, it still wasn't enough. No matter how brilliantly
With
Dr.
the help
Gero
of
copied
Vegeta,
the Z
you forgot
fighters,
about that part.
He still couldn't quite figure out their knack for going beyond.
What can be destroyed can always be rebuilt. All it takes to recreate the most fearsome warrior in the universe is one single Cell.
Alrighty. Okay, I'm here, guys. I'm here, guys. I'm going to be doing Metal Sonic's part. They just did a little DMD, little advertisement, and it sounds like fun. I do like watching DMD stories, as well as animatics of those. They're always fun. Let's get on to Metal Sonic. And I know
Time
about
and
Metal
again,
Sonic.
The world and its cuddly forest critters were threatened by the evil and oval Dr. Ivo Eggman
And
Robotnik.
Robotnik.
And time and
That-
again,
the
that
old
same
egghead.
world and those same critters were saved by Sonic the Hedgehog. No
That's
matter
right.
how many robotic bad
This death battle will prioritize Sonic the Hedgehog's primarily canon. This is the video games and IDW comics. Yes, in case you guys don't know, because I am. Sonic IDW is canon to the main video games. There's side canon. Thanks to Tangle and Whisper, they even got official voices. As well as Gamrel and Vanilla, they got official voices as well. If you read these Chaotix case files, I'm gonna do a reaction to those once we get all the episodes, a full episode based on the Chaotix case files. And I hopefully looking forward to listening to them. And I hope you guys enjoy me on that adventure as well. It's going to be a lot of fun if I ever get the chance to do so, because my life and schedule is very, very busy.
The good doctor threw at his blue
Oh,
spiky
and Sonic
nemesis.
Frontiers,
His
yeah.
schemes were
Sage
always
is
6
also
spin jumps to the glowing wing spun
made her
away
debut
from
in the
getting
IDW
cracked
comics.
and scrambled.
But it wouldn't be over easy for Eggman. If he couldn't defeat the Blue Blur, he would make his own Metal Sonic.
Well, 0 points on creativity for that name, but goddamn, he
Ah,
does
this
look
Hyper
metal
Metal
as
Sonic
hell.
looks
They
cool.
say imitation is the sincerest form.
Metal Sonic, creator Dr. Ivo Eggman Robotnik. He's 3 feet and 3 inches tall. He weighs 276 pounds. Alias Hyper Metal Sonic from the OVA. Metal Overlord and Metallics. Metallics is the name that he got from the Sonic the Comics Fleetway comics from the UK. Metal Overlord is his alternate name when he gets after his Neo Metal Sonic. Main compute LIPS AI Eggman custom chip, where he's always remained loyal to Dr. Eggman. His frame is molecule titanium. That's the type of metal he has, I guess. Engine, a 15 CU in Vival Orgon fusion engine. Likes destroying Sonic and Breezy. Wait a minute, that's from the reboot Archie comics. Breezy the Hedgehog. where they made Breezy where Ian Flynn made the Archie comics where Breezy and the Sadium and Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog characters were formed into the video games timeline. I like that. I like that little element. Sadly, Sega has abandoned that because Archie and a certain lawsuit of Ken Penders kind of ruined everything. So so they focus on the IDW characters. And even though Sega has control of those of the Sadium and Adventures characters, we're not sure if they're going to bring them back. I hope they do. Also, his hates Sonic, 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 and Sonic.
So Eggman
He
built
really
Metal
hates
with
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Blast processing to match his prototype.
Metal can zoom around at massively hypersonic speeds, fast enough to fly to nearby planets in seconds.
He's tougher than Eggman's standard
little
equipment,
planet to
some
Earth.
of which can survive black holes.
Metal can use all of Sonic's power-ups and
Yes, he can.
replicate his classic
The
spin
homing
dash
attack,
and
the
light
spin
speed
dash,
attack.
But he's
light
got
speed
moves
dash.
of his own.
He can attack with energy blast, fire a chest laser, surround
Yes.
himself in an electric aura, or an impenetrable force field.
By
Yeah, I remember
overloading
Sonic
his
Adventure
circuitry with
2.
energy, Metal can activate V maximum overdrive, quadrupling his acceleration and obliterating anything in his path. At the risk of
That is
self-destructing.
correct.
You'd think all that'd be enough to turn the rodent into roadkill, but it only took one showdown on Stardust Speedway to send Metal to the scrap heap.
Yeah, Sonic made it to the finish line first, and that door shut down on him.
On paper, Metal should be able to outmatch Sonic in every way, and yet he doesn't. For some reason, Eggman wasn't able to capture that ineffable quality that makes Sonic the fastest thing alive. Metal's
true.
defeats at the hands of Sonic and his friends sharpened his AI into a seething hatred of his rival and a burning desire to prove himself superior.
All those defeats really made Metal Sonic more fierce and dangerous because he really hates Sonic and proves that he's superior and better in any way. It's a growing hatred.
Yeah, well, when you're getting your supersized red ass handed to you by Charmy B, you know something's gone horribly wrong.
Knuckles Chaotix. I mean, people played that game. That Knuckles Chaos, you play as Knuckles, Charmy, Vector, Espio, and Mighty the Armadillo. I wish they brought him back. I wish they brought Mighty and Ray back in the game, in the main timelines, except they're Sega Classic exclusives, which sucks.
Metal's defeats gave him an existential
And the classic era
crisis.
is canon
If he
to the
was
main
created
timeline.
to surpass Sonic and couldn't even manage that, what was he?
The Metal
Why should
Virus.
he exist?
Never one to admit defeat, Eggman
This
took
is
Metal
IDW
back to the
pages.
drawing board and birthed him anew. You,
This Neo Metal Sonic was, above all,
Sonic
far
Heroes.
smarter.
especially after he copied Eggman's intelligence and took over his empire. And we mean literally copied. If Metal started as Sonic's copycat, why not hunt all of his furry friends down and
Yeah, the events of Sonic Heroes, and I played that game, beaten it, got the Chaos Emeralds, hit his tip of the game, get all the Chaos Emeralds with Team Rose. The levels are easier, and they're a lot shorter, and you can go through special stages. Hold on to the key in the second level of each game. That's my tip for y'all. If you're going for the Chaos Emeralds, playing in Sonic Heroes. Also, yeah, Neo Metal Sonic is a certain Patreon user favorite character who might
Copy them too.
who's a fan
Neo
of Neo
Metal
Metal
Sonic is
Sonic.
equipped with scanners in his optic receptor.
Light, spin dash, homing attack, chest laser, V maximum overdrive, ring sparks fields, black shield, copycat, chaos control, time stop, warping, teleportation, spiritual distortion, power ups, lost labyrinth, treasures, hyper go-on energy, dark rings, chaos emeralds, and the master emerald.
That can copy a person's biodata, giving him the ability to recreate all
Do-over.
of their abilities.
That event
in
from
seconds.
IDW.
like the Sonic Boom, Knuckles' hammer punch, Tails' magical swiveling asshole, and
Yes.
Big's ability to suck at fishing.
Metal isn't just learning their moves.
Tails' specifics in the IDW comics that Metal could also copy Blaze's pyrotechnics and the Soul Emerald's manipulation. His comment is also inferior that Metal can copy multiple traits at once. Infers that Tails did mention that Tails can copy Blaze's pyro abilities and shut down her connection to the soul dimensions, which threatens the Soul Emeralds and her world. So that's why Blaze did not go near Metal Sonic when she's in her Burning Blaze form.
he can replicate more esoteric powers like silver psychokinesis,
That is
manufacture
true.
Rouge's mechanical bat guards,
That is
or
true.
alter his very biology to copy Espio's chameleon invisibility. It's worth mentioning that biological data is a real scientific term and can refer to
That is
molecular
also
structures like
true.
the genome sequence within a living organism's DNA.
Yeah, his copying is so busted, it doesn't really matter that he's
Yeah, here it is. This page from the IDW comics. Tails explain it to Blaze the cat, which caused Blazes to, yeah, I'm gonna rethink that. Keep the soul emeralds away from Metal Sonic,
a robot made of metal. If you can do it, so can he. Probably.
because why the soul emeralds are important? Let's just say they're the life force of Blaze's home dimension. If the soul emeralds is no longer in her control, or it's separate from her world suffers.
It helps that he can shapeshift and regenerate his whole body from a puddle.
Likely by copying
is
one
true.
of the mightiest beings on the planet, the god of destruction, Chaos.
Not the only chaos he's encountered.
By scanning the ultimate life form, Shadow the Hedgehog, he gained
Yes.
his ability to manipulate some of the most powerful artifacts in the universe.
You mean the
Oh
chaos
no,
emeralds?
come on.
Yes,
That
the
joke.
emeralds contain an infinite wellspring of mystical power and life energy. With them, Metal can perform Shadow's chaos control. He can
That's
teleport,
true.
warp, and distort space, boost his speed, and stop
All
time.
of-
And with either the Chaos Emeralds or
All of
Master
Shadow's
Emerald,
abilities are insane. So Metal can copy those. Metal Sonic's transformations. Metal Sonic Kai from Knuckles Chaotix. Giga Metal Sonic, I forgot which one that is. Neo Metal Sonic, Metal Overlord, and Neo Metal Sonic and Metal Overlord from Sonic Heroes, Master Overlord from the IDW Comics, Super Neo Metal Sonic from the IDW Comics, which is basically what it is: invincibility, energy projectile, and size shaping.
he can transform into Super Neo Metal Sonic.
Completely invulnerable and
Using the Master
completely
Emerald's
golden.
power.
Super Neo Metal Sonic can move at faster than light speeds and has the power to move continents.
The Emeralds are inconceivably powerful.
Sonic Speed Simulator follows Sega's characters' lore guidelines. Oh yeah, the Sonic Speed Simulator is that Roblox game. They follow Sega's characters' lore guidelines. It shows that Metal can achieve more stable super forms with the Chaos Emeralds. In addition, in using the Master Emerald's power in the IDW comics.
They've been used to fuel Eggman's Death Egg, which could obliterate
The obliterating solar systems using Eggman's Death Egg. This is seen as from Sonic Battle. This is considered canon in the main timeline because Gemerald is modeled after Emerald. So the events of Sonic Battle are canon to the main games.
star systems.
On their own, they can even create and destroy whole universes.
Other super characters like
That's
Sonic
true.
have battled and defeated beings like the Time Eater, who could destroy
Yes.
multiple dimensions
For
and
generations.
timelines in seconds. At their peak, 3 super hedgehogs have even fought Solaris, who nearly consumed Sonic's entire multiverse.
This event from Sonic 06, even though this timeline event is erased from the main timeline, it still happened as an event of a certain alternate universe. Solaris, the events of Soliana, the location Soliana still exists in the main timeline. It's just that Solaris does not exist anymore, and Shadow has defeated Mephiles in Shadow Generations, and in a very dark, deep dark of the white space. And Shadow sealed him away after beating him.
So Super Neo Metal Sonic should be just
Metal Sonic should outclass the younger classic Super Sonic, who has fought the Time Eater and is capable of matching modern Metal Sonic, Shadow, and Silver after copying their biodata. Super Neo Metal Sonic and modern Super Sonic has also fought evenly in the Sonic Speed Simulator. From you can play as Super Sonic in Speed Simulator and fight Super Neo Metal Sonic on Roblox, and that is published by Sega themselves. That is made by Sega themselves.
as powerful as any of them. Though he's gotta be quick, because all that power only lasts a short time.
The road to
Why the
total
frontier is
domination was
death?
nearly at an end. After manipulating Sonic and friends and copying their abilities, Metal eventually combined their biodata with the mighty Egg Fleet and became Metal Overlord.
Complete with missiles, giant crystal projectiles, and the strength to match 3 supersonic heroes all by himself, Overlord
Oh,
is
yeah,
an
Sonic
all-time
Heroes.
final boss material.
And it has one of the best songs, What I'm Made Of from Crush 40.
He knew it. His ego might as well have had its own health bar. Metal
Unpurged control, unsecured control of the Eggman Empire, can keep up with Sonic the Hedgehog, flew from little planet to Earth in seconds, harness the power of the Chaos Emeralds and the Master Emerald, match Eggman's genius intelligence, battle Team Sonic, Rose, Dark, Chaotix all at once. He has defeated Sonic, Knuckles, Silver, and Shadow before on his own.
Metal's drive to surpass his rival had morphed into the delusional belief that he was the original and Sonic the loathsome copy.
A copy that Metal had finally outclassed. All the heroes Metal had gathered had to team up to take him down.
He may have stolen their abilities, but
Dr. Eggman states that the Chaos Emeralds roughly matches Metal Overlord in power, making him comparable to feats or machines powered by the Emeralds or other equivalents.
Metal never possessed the thing that made the Sonic heroes successful, their friendship and teamwork.
Aw, how cute! Gag. Probably should have added some of those goddamn rails to the final boss fight, because it is impossible to land on those things.
I had some trouble with those as well. It just try not to dash way too fast on them.
After getting trashed again, Eggman reprogrammed Metal to purge any bits of rebelliousness from his code.
Yeah,
Metal
Eggman
returned
made
to
sure
being
of
the
that.
Eggman Army's chief enforcer, always proving invaluable as the bad doctor's.
This scene here was explained during the at the end of the Metal Virus arc, why Sonic was disappointed in Metal, why he could have been his own robot and following his own ways, like Metal, like Omega and Gemerald. Eggman said, "Nah, I'm not letting that happen. I added this upgraded software where he will never betray Dr. Eggman and will remain loyal to him."
Greatest creation, now completely obedient once again.
I don't know, Wiz.
And he
Who
has a
knows what's
sister,
really going on behind
Sage.
those glowing red eyes? Maybe
Two
Metal
sisters
is
if
more
you count-
cunning than he lets
two
on.
sisters if you count
and is
Belle,
only
the
biding
Tinkerer.
his time until he can take over again.
Maybe the most powerful thing that Metal copied was the ability to lie.
Alrighty, me and Nylon has gone through some discussions, and we was hoping who's going to be watching the battle. We get the coin flip, and we did a coin flip behind the scenes. Heads, I get to watch it, and tails, I get to watch it. Since this is a Dragon Ball reaction, let's just say I won the coin flip because DBZ reaction. If it's DBZ related, I won that. So Frost is watching this as well, but you're mostly going to be focusing on my reaction. Of course, Nylon won the coin flip, so good luck, Nylon. I hope you, on your end, fans are watching you watch this death battle. So I'll see you guys at the end of the video. Alrighty, you heard Frost at the end of the video. He'll be back and to share his thoughts on this death battle as well. Let's get on to reaction, shall we? 3, 2, 1, move out.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
That's correct.
It's time for a death battle!
All right, let's see what Cell and Metal Sonic got. Let's do this. Oh, we're already on a good start. We're blowing up some Eggman ships.
Salutations, Dr. Robotnik. Your reputation precedes you.
Nice music.
Bring me your strongest fighter, or face... Then prepare to kneel before your master.
Devil Artemis, your voice is perfect for both of these characters. Also a spin dash. Nice catch, Cell. That normally should not phase him, but okay. Multi-form technique. How is Metal gonna win this? Black Shield, impressive. Special Beam Cannon. That's strong enough to pierce it. That elbow drop.
Tell me, does a machine like yourself ever experience fear?
Copying Vegeta, aren't we?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Oh, right off the bat, Metal Overlord. Dodging. Oh, he's upset. Throw a whole space station at him.
Fool, you're dealing with the ultimate
That walking through the
life
fire is so cool.
Already possess his data. Observe.
Devil Artemis animation.
Done.
Oh,
Life form data successfully copied.
that's not good. Scum. He called them scum.
It'll take more than that to kill me, puppet!
Nice.
I know. Now I know everything about you, insect.
Oh, you gonna let him get away with that? He copied your pet patent, Cell. Moving at light speeds. Best form. Oh. The Cell Juniors. The metal. Okay, that makes sense. He can't copy that. He has your bio data. As well as the others. Oh no.
Don't you dare.
Unless that's a Team 4-star reference. He does not like that. Don't you dare, he says. No. Kamehameha.
I am not just the greatest warrior in the universe. I am all of them!
Solar Kamehameha.
If you are all of them,
Oh.
then so am I.
I'll never lose
Okay, then.
to a machine like...
Wow. Oh, wow. Death, manga death reaction. Just what?
I'll crush you.
Ah, Mecha Sonic Z reference. I'll crush you line.
Now Metal's got all the powers of the Chaos Emeralds and the Z Fighters?
Yep.
Well, that world's fucked. Our bad.
Cell may have been one of the greatest threats in Dragon Ball Z, but
Agreed.
Eggman's greatest creation ultimately proved too much for him. Let's break this down into 4 categories: strength,
Alright, that was awesome.
speed, abilities, and adaptation.
First up, who was the strongest? Well, it's no surprise that any version of Cell was gonna be way more powerful than base Metal or Neo. Even just using the manga, blowing up a solar system is far beyond the level of power output Metal can match.
Without his stronger forms. With them, the power gap entirely reversed. Not only could Metal match Cell's solar system busting or scaling from Frieza, but he could surpass it with the universe-destroying power of the Emeralds.
But hang
That
on,
is
Wiz.
true. The
Those
Chaos Emeralds are
Namekians
no
said
joke.
that Cell was strong enough to threaten a universe on his own.
They did, but they didn't specify how, and there's nothing suggesting he could destroy it in one go.
That is also true. They never specified how he can destroy the entire universe.
Especially since it's only brought up theoretically and without any time frame.
Even being generous and assuming
Even scaling sales to the Toyo's Broly, the Toyotaro's Broly, who could destroy the South Galaxy, would still be less powerful than threatening the entire Sonic multiverse.
he could just blow it up. Final bosses like Time Eater and Solaris can destroy the wider multiverse, and Super Neo Metal would scale to them. Metal Sonic takes the edge in strength.
And with
Okay,
Sonic
then.
characters being known for their speed, you might think that
Sonic
was an
characters
easy
are no
win for
joke.
Metal.
At his max speed in his super form, he should be comparable to entities like the Time Eater, who in Shadow Generations can destroy entire universes in
This storyline is from Sonic Generations.
seconds. By using the radius of the observable universe, we can estimate the Time Eater's destructive wave traveled at about 180 quadrillion times faster than light.
That's
Certainly
fast.
impressive, but let's compare that to Goku's flight from heaven to hell shortly after the Cell games, which covered roughly a universe in distance at approximately 180 quadrillion times faster
That
than
is
light.
also true.
Right. Just like Time Eater. The
That's
difference,
right.
though, was that Goku was in his base form, way
That's
slower
correct.
than Super Saiyan 2 Gohan or
And Goku has gotten stronger over the years, so yeah.
Super Perfect Cell.
Factoring in Super Saiyan multipliers,
Cell and Metal can scale to characters with potential infinite speeds feats like Metacooler and Black Doom. However, this would cancel each other out given to equal leeway.
Super Perfect Cell can move upwards of 100 times faster than that, and so 100 times faster than Metal Sonic. Somehow, Cell takes the edge in speed. You know, the thing Metal was designed for.
That's
Wasn't
crazy.
expecting that. Let's
Makes
see if any of
sense.
their abilities could tip the scales.
They share
Then again, it makes sense. The higher your power level in the Dragon Ball Z universe, the faster you are. If you have a high power level, you're basically faster.
many of the same powers, like telekinesis, force fields, and energy projectiles. Of note though, Cell's regeneration was clearly superior, able to fully heal from a single cluster of microscopic cells.
Alright, I think I took my time learning more. Frost, you can take over this part. Thank you, and wow, I'm surprised Metal Sonic won this fight. Let's continue on to the rest of the info.
Top of that, Cell's Saiyan genes would let him grow in power every time he almost died.
That
And
is
Cell
true,
Juniors
Saiyan
gave him the
genetics.
numbers advantage.
And considering Super Neo Metal had a time limit, Cell would have a big advantage in a battle of attrition.
That
But
is
with
true.
chaos control, that became a lot tougher.
Cell and his juniors had no way to
Chaos
deal with
control
Metal
can
boosting his
really be
speed or
helpful.
stopping time, something that countered Cell's speed advantage and left him open. And with Silver Psychokinesis, or the Emerald Spatial Distortion, Metal
Oh wait, hold on. I know this information is from Sonic Battle, and Sonic Battle is considered canon. Chaos Upper is a chaos power used priority by Shadow the Hedgehog in the games. It serves as Shadow's upper attack. Shadow's upper attack uses chaos control. He grinds with his fist to absorb space, to attack and knock opponents into the air.
Metal could seriously impair Cell's healing.
So it helped that Cell could fall back on his martial arts abilities in a pinch.
Despite effectively being a newborn, Cell's genetic instincts allowed him to best Earth's most skilled warriors back to back to back.
Metal
That
may
is
have copied
true.
Eggman's brains, but he definitely isn't as good of a fighter. The Sonic heroes haven't trained like the Z fighters.
Yeah, Sonic characters don't train at all. Well, we do see Amy Rose can learn kickboxing, but that's not enough. Sonic characters are more carefree. They handle whatever threat, and they do get stronger throughout their adventures. They're just not effectively interested in training like the Z fighters, like Goku and Vegeta, who always train every single day because Saiyans have no limits. These characters do get stronger the more they train, and they will lose their power. They lose their strength abilities if they don't focus on their training, which why they're always constantly training in the Dragon Ball Z universe. But seeing how Sonic is getting stronger over the years, like how Sonic is able to take down perfect chaos in his base form, even though he needed the Chaos Emeralds in Sonic Adventure, and seeing how Shadow's able to take down Mephiles like it's nothing in Generations, and Neo Metal Sonic in Sonic X Shadow Generations in his base form, even though Shadow had chaos powers, has Doom powers, I mean, at that point. Metal Sonic, but that was during the timeline where Metal Sonic in the events of Sonic Heroes, Metal Sonic is far stronger during that time.
And Metal's been beaten by all of them a bunch of times.
Metal Sonic got beat by Surge the Tenrit. And she is a somewhat copy created by Sonic in the IDW comics by Dr. Starline. Dr. Starline is dead. He managed to take down Metal Sonic with the help of Kit with teamwork.
So all that in mind, abilities is roughly a wash.
Which leaves us with the one thing they're both known for, their capability to evolve and become more powerful in response to their opponents, aka their adaptation.
And frankly,
How
that's
can
where
he
this
adapt
back
in
and
a
forth
situation?
completely breaks. Because at the end of the day, Metal can copy Cell, but Cell can't absorb Metal.
That is also true. Cell cannot absorb can't absorb fully robots. He can only absorb organic life. And 17 and 18 are half organic, and Cell was programmed to absorb 17 and 18 by Dr. Gero. And people forget that 17 and 18, Lapis, which is 17, and Lazuli, which is 18, they are human. They are half human. They were once human, but Gero tortured them and turned them into cyborgs.
Cell's ability to physically absorb an opponent is primarily viable against foes he can match or overpower.
Yes. The Zenitsu claim, which is the information from the Dragon Ball Z lore of Akira Toriyama, claims that Perfect Cell gains 17 and 18's infinite energy generators after absorbing them. However, not only does Cell tire against Goku, the Chaos Emeralds also grant Metal Sonic infinite energy within the Super Transformations time limit. Metal Sonic has unlimited power, but the Chaos Emerald has a time limit in your super forms.
Even if he took Metal by surprise, he can't absorb fully inorganic robots like
Yes, like Android 16, he's fully robot.
Android 16.
Cell was only able to absorb androids 17 and 18 because they were primarily organic.
They're actually
See?
more like
See, they even explain it here. 17 and 18 were originally organic. They're basically cyborgs. It's just that the Funimation English dub calls them androids, which android means fully robotic.
cyborgs and are only called androids in the English translation.
Metal, on the other hand,
like I
can
said
copy
again.
a target's biodata through only a few seconds of direct eyesight, something
That is
he
correct.
could easily accomplish during a time stop.
And using it on Cell means he wouldn't just get Cell's powers, but the powers of all of the Z Warriors too.
Remember,
That is true. That is true. Copying Cell's biodata, you also get Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, Krillin, Tien's abilities as well. So making Metal Sonic way too overpowered.
Applies to abilities that fundamentally affect his own biology, like Espio's invincibility or Chaos's liquid body.
That is
Nothing
true.
Cell has would be off limits, especially given all of Cell's powers were genetically encoded in the first place, quite literally
By Dr.
biodata.
Gero.
Cell's Saiyan power-ups? Copied. Cell's regeneration? Copied. Cell's key techniques? Believe it or not, copied.
Chaos Emeralds are
Yes, key
described as being able
manipulation. The only time you get to see Metal Sonic learn key manipulation. Furthermore, the Earth's life's energy restored the Chaos Emeralds, and vice versa. In Sonic Unleash, which is a really good game, by the way, Chaos Emeralds can also manipulate souls and restore life, just like key energy. Say the emeralds are the source of the reality of all living things.
to produce life energy, similar to Ki. So there's a precedent for him being able to replicate Cell's
These
power
Chaos
set.
Emeralds
And
are
at
insanely
this point,
powerful.
There's nothing stopping Metal from, say, stopping time and using a Kamehameha to vaporize him at a cellular level.
And the Chaos
Just like
Emeralds,
Gohan
each
did.
emerald
Cell
has
might be
each Chaos Emerald has unlimited power. One Chaos Emerald has unlimited power and can move a continent in Sonic Unleash and can shape reality. So all 7, you're basically busted. While Android 16, 17, and 18 lack natural key energy, they can imitate it by artificial generators. Metal Sonic generators are similar, utilizing orgone energy, other forms of life energy, reinforcing Metal can reliable on imitating key energy.
able to do anything the Z Fighters know how to do. But that's not gonna help him, because Metal can do anything Cell knows how to
no.
do.
Strange,
isn't it?
isn't
Cell
it?
just doesn't have any options to retaliate that Metal wouldn't also
Metal Sonic
possess,
OVA.
including any of his previous advantages. Metal's copy ability is just that overpowered.
Oh, I guess now I get
So this song, they combine Cell's theme song with What I'm Made Of. I like that little fusion of the music.
why they called it Sonic CD.
And why is that?
Cell died. Where's he? You
Oh,
get it?
wow.
CD?
Tails Facepalm says it all.
Where you go? Come on back.
Congrats, Metal
Next
Sonic.
time on Death Battle.
Who's up against? Next time. Oh. Bakugo and
Subscribe and join as a member.
Bakugo versus Reizi. My Hero Academia versus Chainsaw Man. Okay.
To see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
Well, it seems like Metal Sonic has won this fight. About time Metal Sonic gets some respect here. Awesome. And I like the information. They did a lot of research using the IDW comics and the video games and the manga and anime lore for Dragon Ball Z. And I am familiar with both these characters. So I know their history, I know the timeline, I have played the games, I've read the manga, I have watched the anime. I know these characters. So that is impressive. That biodata copy is what saved Neo Metal Sonic's life. I am so glad I was wrong. I'm so glad Metal Sonic did win. for a moment I thought Cell was gonna win because DBZ characters are busted most of the times, mostly because Goku and Vegeta. But heck, but you're putting up against characters who can match them and has a even chance. Like people always put Goku up against Superman, and Superman's the only one who can pretty much match Goku nowadays in power. But I'm pretty sure there are some characters who can match Son Goku. And characters like Vegeta losing to Thor, and they use MCU Thor would lose to Vegeta. People would think Vegeta would beat Thor because people rely on the MCU. They do not care about Thor from the main comic 616, who is far more powerful than movie Thor, because Disney and Marvel cannot adapt the 616 power scaling because they want to tone it down to be realistic, like 1610, the Ultimate Universe, which is more down to earth levels and far weaker than their 616 counterparts. Just like the Hulk. The Hulk in 616 is far powerful than the MCU. And we see Hulk actually win a fight because we have more information of Hulk's power scaling when Hulk defeated Godzilla. Even though he lost to Hulk lost to Banner when Hulk lost to Broly, Dragon Ball Super Broly, I mean, even though he had that huge boost in power. And Hulk lost to Doomsday because, let's be honest, Doomsday was too overpowered. Doomsday was way too overpowered, guys. So yeah, I'm glad Metal Sonic won the fight. What were your thoughts on this death battle? Did you enjoy it? I'm glad you get to see Nylon's reaction to it. In a way, thank you, Nylon. Not a problem. I'm happy to help. Also, thank you guys for watching. Take care and be safe out there, fellow Time Patrollers. Take care, Frost. Yeah, take care to you. As always, take care, have a great day, be safe, and most importantly, stay frosty and stay healthy out there. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Catch you later, and make sure to wash your hands. Bye-bye.
We're only going to church together. To church?
Yeah, I swear I saw him stealing from the basket, bro.
You're about to pray to the egg real quick, right? You're about to... Listen, I got a Bible verse for you. I am the yoke, don't need the yoke. I want the smoke, I'm gonna smoke all of your weed.
Oh, shit.
No, not my weed, bro.
Oh, shit. Matthew 5:14.